Well, good morning. It's the 23rd of September 2020, and welcome to another daily devotional. This morning, as I was spending time with the Lord, I was in Galatians chapter 3, and verse 3 really poked at my heart this morning. It says this, it says, "Are you so foolish that having started with the Spirit, you'll be perfected by the flesh?" Now, the book of Galatians is really a rap on the knuckles for the church in Galatia. They were a church that started off in the things of the Spirit, but very soon the law came in. And Paul says in chapter 1, hey, listen, if another person or I or an angel comes and tells you a gospel different from what you've heard, let them be eternally condemned. And then in chapter 3, at verse 1, he's like, you foolish Galatians, who's bewitched you? Who's got you messed up? Who's told you all this wrong stuff that you're believing? Because they had started with the Spirit of God, but were moving into works. They had started with grace, but were moving into law. They had started in the Spirit, but were moving into flesh. Are you so foolish, Paul says, that having begun with the Spirit, that you're trying to be perfected by the flesh? And what struck me this morning was how often do I try to do things in the flesh for God? How often do I, even though I start with the Spirit and with great intent and with a desire to please God, end up working things out by my own strength and in the flesh? As it says in Romans 8, the mind set on the flesh is death, but the mind set on the Spirit is life and peace. And so this day, as we are going through our daily lives, we need to be trusting in the Spirit of God. We need to be allowing the Spirit of God to take ownership of who we are. We need to be allowing the Spirit of God to lead us and to direct us, to move us and to shape us. We need to be allowing the Spirit of God to take part in every aspect of our Christian lives. As Paul says in Colossians, just as you received Christ, so continue in him. You see, we receive by faith. And we start off with the Spirit of God at work within us, but all too often we go from that place of total dependence of God, I can't do anything, I can't save myself, to, okay, now I've said the prayer, and now I can just get back to working out my own life and doing things my own way. No, that's not the way it works at all. We start with the Spirit and we end with the Spirit. We start by moving in the Spirit of God, and we need to continue to move in the Spirit of God. By faith, through grace, we got to take hold of what God has for us in the Spirit and walk that way in the Spirit. Because all too often, we have our time with the Lord in the morning and then we forget about it the rest of the day. Be foolish, as Paul says to the Galatians. That's Paul saying it, not me. Don't be foolish. Continue to walk in the Spirit and not in the flesh. Guys, I hope this day that you spend your day walking in the Spirit. I hope this day that you began with the Spirit and you'll finish with the Spirit. Have a great day, friends.